With 30 seconds to spare. I know, impressive.
I know.
We're gonna go ahead and get started on time right at 6 o'clock. We'll call the meeting to order at 6 o'clock. You do have a quorum present. So I'm Simon Tewell, I'm the chair, I'm present. Donald Smith is present, Kyle Kennedy is present, Candace Stone is present, and Brittany Murray is present. If you'll all please stand well for the invocation. Lord, thank you for bringing us here today safely. Please watch over us and guide us in our the recommendations that we make for our city's future. Please be with us as we go our rest of our week as well. And it's in your name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and
With
justice.
liberty and just for all.
honor the Texas flag.
I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Community announcements, items of community interest may include recognizing citizens and staff for outstanding contributions to the community, a reminder about an upcoming event that's organized or sponsored by the governing body, and announcements of an imminent threat to public safety that is risen after posting this agenda. Does anybody have any community announcements? I know the Peanut Festival is coming up next month. For the first Saturday in September, October, sorry, we're on October, and I think Aubrey Citizens Academy, is that starting soon? I believe that's starting as well. Citizen input. Any person may address the commission. If your comments are concerning an agenda item, you may wait until the discussion on that item if you prefer. Once recognized by the chairperson, please step forward to the speaker's podium, state your name and address, and speak directly into the microphone so that people in the room and those attending remotely can hear comments and see presentations. To request to speak via video conference, click on participants at the bottom of the screen and click raise hand. The chairperson will acknowledge your request and allow you to speak. Citizen comments are limited to 3 minutes per individual unless additional time is otherwise required by law. No discussion or action may be taken at this meeting or at any item not listed on the agenda, other than to make statements of factual information or recite existing policy in response to a citizen's inquiry. Okay, any citizen input?
No one signed up. Is there anyone that didn't sign up that wants to speak?
And of course, if you would like to speak on the item at that time, you can. Okay, we'll go and move into new business. Number one, to hold a public hearing and consider and make a recommendation to city council regarding a specific use permit request to allow for the sale of alcoholic beverages in conjunction with a restaurant use for the property located at 202B South Main, Aubrey, Denton County, Texas. Hello, Melanie.
Thank you, Chair and Commissioners.
You woke up.
Great. This first agenda item is an SUP, a specific use permit to allow for the sale of alcohol beverages in conjunction with a restaurant use. The location map, and we can just point right across the street for you. It is a new restaurant that's going in quickly. And they have applied for their SUP through us as well as through the state TABC. The application has been reviewed by the police chief and he does not see any issues or concerns. They meet all of the criteria in your review and approval. That goes on to city council for a recommendation. The notifications were sent out according to state law and their zoning ordinance. We have received one in support of the application and none in opposition. And staff's recommending approval, and you have a few options up there to approve the SUP as presented, or if you wanted to add any conditions, or you have the opportunity to deny it as well. I am here to answer any questions, and I'm not sure if the applicant is here.
No.
Yes, the applicant's here, so if you have any questions for them.
We'll go ahead and hold the public hearing, and then I guess if we have any questions after that. I'm gonna go ahead and open the public hearing at 6:05. And if no one is going to speak, I'm going to close the hearing at 6:05. Does anybody have any questions?
Tell you that.
Would you like to make a motion?
Make a motion to approve the SUP.
I second. Kyle seconds, Candace, or sorry, Kyle makes the motion, Candace seconds. All in favor? Any opposed? It passes 5-0.
What's the restaurant open?
Sorry,
Was the restaurant open?
it's gonna be by December.
Wait,
We're ready.
we look forward to it. Item number 2, hold a public hearing, consider and make a recommendation to city council regarding an amendment to exhibit 14A zoning ordinance to chapter 14 zoning of the code of ordinances for the city of Aubrey, Texas. The official zoning map of the city as requested as an application for a change of zoning from unzoned land previously located in the city of Aubrey extraterritorial jurisdiction to planned development district, PD, with base zoning district of C, commercial, on approximately 20 acres of land located in the Francisco Trevino survey, abstract number 1243, Denton County, Texas. This property is generally located south of East Blackjack Road, west of FM 2931, and east of US Highway 377. DCAD parcel IDs 51970 and 557568. It's all yours.
Thank you, thanks again. So the exhibit up there gives you a location map for the property. It's 2 tracts totaling approximately 20 acres. And at the August City Council meeting, the council approved a development agreement for the property. And it also includes procedures for annexation as well as zoning. It provided for planned development district regulations. And the property is planned or scheduled to be annexed at the next city council meeting and zoned as well. Your packet included a set of development regulations from the development agreement. But in a kind of a nutshell, the property is allowed to develop in accordance with the C district, commercial district. And there won't be an SUP requirement for restaurants meeting the TABC food regulations. And that's something we're working on and changing with the city's ordinances. So that if it is like a restaurant, they wouldn't have to, but certain uses like a liquor store, package store would. I'm just trying to make things a little bit more user friendly and easier for folks to get through the review process. There are a list of prohibited uses, and most of them wouldn't be really desirable at such a prominent corner. So the developers worked with us, and we really appreciated them helping us narrow down the uses, what's really appropriate for this area. There is a chart with your setbacks, building height, lot size regulations, tree preservation exemption, and existing structure code requirements that we have worked on with the city attorney. And one of the unique items about this particular application is we don't have a PD concept plan at this time. And whoever does purchase it in the future will be moving forward with that. So one of the requirements is that before anything moves forward with site plans or permits, that it goes through the site plan application, a concept plan through a plan development district amendment. The staff report mentioned that it had been preliminary platted, and that's incorrect. It has not been platted at all. So I wanted to clear that up. once again, notifications were submitted or distributed as required. We haven't received any responses in favor or against the Land Development District request. And staff recommends approval as presented, and you have the ability to approve it as presented or add any conditions or deny the application. And the applicants are here this evening, should you have any questions?
So this is something new to me. If a plan development concept plan comes through, does that go through the planning and zoning commission again? So does it start kind of the process over? Okay, so we would see that again. Right.
It would be a major change to the land development district, so that would require rezoning, just like we're doing this evening.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions?
So it's only. And they'll have to come down with the
So I'm gonna go ahead and open the public hearing at 6:10. There's not anybody to speak at the public hearing. I'm gonna close it at 6:10.
Be sure and ask if there's anyone
Is
online.
anyone online? Who would like to speak? Thank you. Okay, I'm still gonna close it at 6:10. Does anybody have any additional questions? Anybody like to make a motion?
I'll make the motion. Right.
Brittany's making the motion.
Also.
Dawn is seconding the motion. All in favor? Any opposed? It passes 5-0. Item number 3, hold a public hearing, consider and make recommendation to city council regarding an amendment to exhibit 14A zoning ordinance in chapter 14 zoning of the Code of Ordinances for the city of Aubrey, Texas, and the official zoning map of the city as requested as an application for change of zoning from unzoned land previously located in the city of Auburn extraterritorial jurisdiction to plan development district with base zoning districts of SF 75, single family residential, 7,500 square feet, and GR general retail, approximately 47.3 acres of land located in the J. Bridges Junior Survey, abstract number 36, Denton County, Texas. The property is generally located west of FM 2931, north of Frontier Parkway, and east of future Silverado Parkway. DCAP parcel IDs 77033 and 52575.
Okay, here we go. And this is another one that was a development agreement. So back in February, the city council approved the development agreement for the property. You can tell it's generally the northwest corner of FM 2931 and Frontier Parkway. And then shortly thereafter, the preliminary plat for the property was approved, and you all saw that as well. And then in June, there was a development agreement amendment for the property, which focused on some of the access to the east along 2931. So the slide up there is a summary of those actions. This one too is scheduled to be annexed at the next city council meeting in zone. The application submitted is in compliance with the development agreement. So I wanted to point out, this is the concept plan that's in the approved development agreement. And you can see, I put a yellow circle. This particular area, it has changed. And the access and cross access to the property to the north is not occurring. And with this particular plan, it was to share the existing drive for the property to the north as well as to this subject property. And that's not happening anymore. So the revised concept plan we see in front of you. So it's showing that Open Prairie access point out to 2191 because they need 2 points of access to serve this property. The timing and anticipated completion of Silverado, I'm not sure, that might be a challenge, and the first phase might be located over to the east anyway. So fire engineering subdivision regulations all require 2 points of access to serve the development. I also wanted to point out, your packet had the older concept plan. And the staff has been working with engineering and fire to really look at this. And that we have the following observations that the proposed temporary access point is too close to the existing driveway. The property to the north will be using for their ingress egress. So I think this was like around 95 feet from curb to curb. So staff is recommending that a mid-block or property area be your next curb cut. It would not be a full median opening. There's a median opening down here. So this would just be a curb cut. And going back to the overall, you can see it's split generally in half. It's closer to the text dot requirements for separation as well as the city regulations. I've spoken with the applicant's engineer today, and they are in agreement with the proposed relocation of that. So in your staff report, it's a little bit different, but let me jump to the single family standards. They are as I mentioned, in compliance with the development agreement. They're 300 lots, about 3,000 square feet. The lots are 30 by 110, approximately, with 25-foot front yards and 5-foot side yards. And they also included elevations for kind of a typical product in their development agreement. Then the general retail parcels, those are the ones that are out front, and the pinkish red one is commercial retail, and then to the south is also commercial retail, but it is to be dedicated to the city as a public lot, so the things that government uses would be applicable for that particular area. We have also worked with them on prohibiting variety stores. I understand that a sensitive topic out here, and then this afternoon in my discussions with the applicant's engineer, we also asked if they would be willing to restrict tobacco shops, vape stores, those type uses, and they're in agreement with that as well. Another side note, that's something else you'll be seeing soon as an amendment to the zoning ordinance. So some of these, like the case before this one, it was included in that development agreement. This one's was caught after that. So they have agreed to comply with our request. Notifications have been distributed. We haven't had any folks in opposition or in favor of the application. We did have a concern from the landowner to the north because that drive is not going to work out anymore. So they wanted to make sure that was not being included. We worked with the city attorney late yesterday to determine that the development agreement provided in 2 different locations, that even though there is a development agreement and standards and a concept plan, that the plan development district and zoning application can override that. So we have 2 areas, and your motion this evening should recommend approval of the revised concept plan with the drive location to be moved further south. So in that recommendation, it has that note about the temporary access as well as the tobacco shops, and would also like to reinforce that it's the updated concept plan to be used in the development. And staff is recommending approval as presented
I don't know if you can hear me, but I just wanted to raise my hand because the city is muted and I haven't been able to hear.
Hear me say that.
Try it again now.
Can you hear us now?
I can hear you now. I lost you for the last 10 minutes or so.
We lost internet for just a minute, 1 minute, but. I don't know what was that one.
Thank you.
So I don't know if I think she's on to talk about this.
Right, Ms. Norman, this is Helene Beadle, the planner, and I wanted to let you know, we did go over the concept plan, that it is to be the newer concept plan that is illustrated in the overall, that's up on the screen now. Can you see that?
I cannot see the screen, but I verbally understood what you were discussing. It was just the last 10 minutes or so of the discussion that I couldn't catch because it was muted.
And then we are recommending that the drive be moved further south, so it's not too close to the driveway to the north.
That's perfectly acceptable. I just wanted to make sure that y'all knew you were muted. That's all.
Thank you.
Of course.
All right. We'll move to item number 4, consideration and action on approving the minutes of August 8th, 2024, Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. I make a motion to approve the minutes. They are perfect. Dawn seconds that motion. All in favor? Any opposed? It passes. 5-0. Yes, we did. It passed 5 because you.
No,
You made the motion and.
I did make the motion. I thought we sounded like.
I knew that.
I'm just trying to make sure all teams are.
It's good. Adjourned at 6:23. All right, we're done.
That was perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all waiting. Yes, I know y'all always.
Yeah.